Well, energy consultants Wood Mackenzie say Asian LNG buyers are facing a volatile market until 2026. Earlier today, CNA's Roland Lim spoke to Vivek Chandra at the Gastech Exhibition and Conference held right here in Singapore. He is the CEO of Gulfstream LNG, a 4-million-tonne-per-annum LNG project based in Louisiana. Roland started by asking why some Asian economies have chosen not to invest in gas exploration.
So the Asia-Pacific region has traditionally been quite a large gas producer, but we have seen the gas production in most countries decline quite rapidly over the last few decades. And part of it is because we're just not exploring enough. There's a lot of resource potential in countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, but a lot of these places that there is the exploration potential, there's just not the investment coming in to explore. And without that exploration, Asia is forced to then import more gas from outside, and that gas is typically imported in the form of LNG. And that's one of the reasons Asia is now being exposed to the worldwide LNG prices. We saw the crisis in Europe last year that resulted in high prices in Europe, and that directly impacted high prices in Asia. And we're seeing that in our pocketbooks with electricity costs going up. So what happens in our exploration has an immediate impact on our cost of energy.
Apart from the lack of investment into gas exploration in Asia, Mr. Chandra said territorial disputes, particularly over the South China Sea, also complicate efforts.
Well, I think that, apart from what I mentioned, I think part of it is that a lot of the unexplored zones are in what we call disputed waters. The South China Sea is the classic example. There's a few other regions in the world where we consider them highly disputed waters. South China Sea, the East China Sea, which is the Japan-Korea triangle, the Caspian, the Persian Gulf, and the Eastern Mediterranean. These are the parts of the world where we know there is, or we believe there is, large amounts of natural gas to be found, but because of the uncertainty in the maritime delimitation of borders, companies are reluctant to actually start that investment process. So we are in a situation where we have countries fighting over the seas to draw the boundaries, but we don't actually know what we are fighting for because there's no exploration being done. So it's almost like kids fighting over a toy box, a present, without knowing what's in the box. And there could be nothing in the box, but we are willing to fight for it. So if we knew more, maybe we'll know what we're fighting for, but we don't.